Heard on Grapevine. The Grapevine on Smooth 98.1 is brought to you by Verve, the rewarding way to make payments.
Studio, lights are up. Good morning. Happy Boxing Day. What do you do today? I keep asking that question until the end of the show. What do you do today, Boxing Day? I'll let our analyst, I have James Silas here in the studio.
Yeah.
I try to be prepared for you.
Yeah, you never.
And Oris is in the studio too.
Good morning, Lagos.
Good
Send me a
morning.
gift.
Wow, I
Right.
like that. Straight to the point.
I'm just saying. I kind of
think.
think I deserve one. Thank you.
Yes, you do actually. You do. Oris, there's something we're trying to sort out.
Shall we do this all
Yes,
day?
I'm
Okay.
still gathering votes. We have dissenting views, Ayo and I. Ayo is of the opinion
I think that's very common actually. But let's go.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't want tell us what's new. We always have
Ayo said
have the sensing views.
is Nigerian.
Yeah,
Ayo
sorry.
said that today, Boxing Day, is meant to be the day you throw away the boxes.
What?
That's
What?
containing the gift.
Ah,
No, I thought
I
today
said
was
it's the
the
day
day we're
you open.
unboxing.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
yes. I'm sorry, Ayo, but I really like your side, but the man is right this
He's
time.
not right. You guys should check.
Wait,
It's
oh,
been
wait.
upgraded.
What? Upgrade what?
It's been upgraded. How many of you open your gift on Boxing Day, please?
I'm
What
a
did you just
Nigerian,
say?
please.
On Boxing Day.
Yeah, exactly. Unboxing.
Unboxing.
No, it means unboxing your
Is the
house.
day you
Take out the
unbox your
boxes.
gift.
Throw them
Wait,
out.
sorry, please. I just want to know what year was this upgrade from, please?
Check your facts.
There's no rush about
I
that.
want to give you
Yes,
an assignment.
there's no such thing.
Assignment
It's not
on
happening.
Boxing Day. Who's in
Do
school?
your research. If you open your gift on Boxing Day, you might as well get assignment on Boxing Day.
I just let you know that two more people to my poll,
Wait, does she have a single vote? I'm even shocked.
My mommy thinks I'm right.
Those.
Ah,
Okay.
mommy.
She doesn't want to vote your
That's,
feelings.
that's just the default mode.
No.
Guys, we're so glad to have you join us this morning. Thank you so much. That's James Silas himself.
Yeah.
And Oris,
Good morning.
break our systems. All right, please get across to them. James Silas is at James Silas on
Yeah.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Oris is at Catch Oris on Twitter, Instagram,
You are a
Facebook.
genius, wow.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We have songs to go through. We have videos actually to review. Please share your thoughts with us on WhatsApp and on Twitter.
On Twitter, it's at Smooth981FM. Use the hashtag Grapevine981. On WhatsApp, it's 0809444091. On YouTube, today's a good day to see what we get up to in the studio, off and on air. So you can go to YouTube, youtube.com/smooth981 to check out all the fun stuff.
We're going to start the show. By the way, the Grapevine 91 is proudly brought to you by Verve. The show is going to start today with a video that was done and released by Alpha P. This is off his King of Wolves EP. The guy is 17 years old. He's so lucky that Amaka didn't disappoint him in this video. The video is titled Paloma, and we would like you to listen. Oris, you're dancing to it. Even James. Oris, start. Let's hear what you
Yes. I think the first thing anybody who listens to, I guess, this song or any of Alpha P's songs will be like, kind of sounds familiar. And of course, that's because of Rema. For good and for bad, I guess. But hey, I mean, I don't know who jacked who. I have no idea about that. But I think it's since we're in the era of so-called vibe, it's quite a vibey song. I'm not quite sure about the songwriting, but I was never sure of the songwriting of Rema either. So you still have that huge, maybe not a huge problem since nobody really seems to care in pop music, at least in Nigerian pop music. So, but yeah, all I'd say, yeah, groovy. As you could tell, my my hips don't lie.
That's interesting. So there was an exclusive event that I was invited to by Universal Music Group, who signed him under their label, had them under their wings, and that happened around November, as like the second week of November. And that's where I first heard the song, and I have my reactions, I have my feelings for James.
Okay. Let me take it from Boris, where I was talking about the similarity and stuff. We were talking downstairs, and I actually chipped in that Alpha P and Rema were once a duo, like a group.
Oh,
Yeah, from a couple of years back.
Oh, okay, so that makes sense.
Yes. So when some of the things they say that just don't make sense. I mean, which I saw always watching the lyrics video this morning, and I can actually feel the need to watch the lyrics video because some of the things that you hear that you want to know what exactly they're saying. But we're in a, I don't know, I don't want. It's arguable that we're in an era where people just deal more with the reading vibes. Just say whatever you want to say.
I don't think
and-
that. I don't think that
Thank
gave
you.
Sorry, I don't think that gave.
Okay, good. You know, some people want to say no.
Sorry, I'm
stuff.
just to cut in.
Yeah.
There was this interview I saw with Rema,
Yeah.
and it was on Genius actually. I know
Okay.
Genius is really
Yes.
it's a lyric site,
Yes.
and they asked him about just to like sing, and he was like, you know what, he doesn't know what that lake one, I doesn't even know what it means. That
Oh,
he-
Rema.
Yes, they recorded it,
No, he
and then
didn't
they were supposed to
write
come
it,
and fix in lyrics later, just like. And the producer said, you know what, just leave it be, and he left it be.
Mhm.
So if you are in your house trying to figure out what this guy is saying, you
Even
are
the
really on a
artist
long
himself.
scene. Average artist has no idea what he said.
Mhm.
So there. So I think that's exactly where we are. Pop music in Nigeria. I don't think we really care about
So they
songwriting
really
like that.
think,
Okay.
yeah, but
Yeah.
that was exactly, I was going to agree with what James said. And I was listening to the song. Honestly, I didn't finish listening to it on like the next song we're going to review because I just thought to myself, what is this? His voice is nice, I'm glad you drew the comparison with Rema, but that's where it ends. This was my Paloma. I was like, what is this? Is the girl's name Paloma?
Amaka, do me. Is Amaka?
Oh, her name is Amaka. So what's Paloma?
My Paloma, I guess,
Maybe
reference
something
to
in
that
Spanish
whole
or
thing.
something.
Exactly.
Telenovela.
Yeah, it's a reference to
Okay.
the Paloma lady.
Yeah.
That popular one. There was
To
a
be
popular
fair,
one.
now very soon we'll be hearing it at weddings, parties.
Yes.
The DJ will just
Certainly.
keep it in.
That's his destiny. That's the destiny. That's exactly what's going to.
But in terms of entering the song, book of Hall of Fame.
Unfortunately, we
of
don't
course
have
not.
that in Nigeria, which is sad.
We should.
We should.
We should.
I'm working on it. I'm
Maybe
working on
next
it.
week
I'm
we should
certainly working
actually
on
talk
it.
about the songs that should go into the Hall of Fame for this year, or even in the past
In the
decade.
past, yes.
Yeah, in the past
Probably
10
should.
years.
The problem is going to be: are we going to be discussing now songwriting or impact? Because
No, not impact. Definitely no impact.
not impact.
No,
Impact. I don't even mean
How popular it
how
is.
popular. I actually mean like something more cultural impact. so to
Social,
speak.
yeah, all this kind
Yeah.
of have that social narrative or
You
cultural
get?
narrative.
And
so-
because you find that those are two different things. Sadly, in Nigeria,
you
It's
talk
not
about
too-
impact, there are a few people that would give you that sentiment or that feeling. Fouls, for instance.
False.
Because
I
that's the one
totally
that really
agree.
comes to mind.
Yes,
Fouls.
fouls. I agree.
Very
The early
much.
Two-Face.
Yes,
Sadly, the early Two-Face.
MI sometimes.
MI, no,
goes there
not.
as
I
well.
think certainly actually.
Yeah.
MI, I think certainly.
Because there are a few people. There are people who
But
else
really,
again?
Bremo. But I really
Yeah,
think
Bremo,
that
social-
This is actually some topic we should, include in the list of things to talk about next week
Next week,
for our
Tuesday.
rundown.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll
let's
be
do
very
that.
interesting.
Let's do that.
Impact. Well, still talking about Alpha P. So at that event, the album listening party, when this song came on, I thought it was one of those intro songs. You know how you're playing the song for
Playing around,
the
yeah.
artist to climb on stage,
Yeah.
usher them in, and then halfway through the song, and I realized, oh, it was actually a
Exactly,
full
it's a real
song.
song.
Interesting.
I didn't
Nice.
finish it. Please tell me how the end was.
But the video, though, nobody said anything about the video.
For me, the video was still just there. Actually, let me just even go to the end of the video. He wakes up like he was dreaming, and then he had this this mask, Batman-looking kind of mask. So I don't know what a wolf will be doing with a bat. So, but the video didn't really make sense.
That is so.
But hey,
You know what I
Well-
really loved about the video? The vegetation. How many greens there were.
Can you just imagine? That's how you know a video has failed.
And then there was
If you have time to be looking at vegetation foliage,
Vegetation.
you're like, okay, what is happening
the
here?
foliage was
Well,
nice. Thank you for that word. That's a nice word. Foliage. And
I
there
go
was a-
small school, very
there
small.
was a part that, there was a part that I thought was creative. I'll give you C for creativity. Welcome to the Alpha Pack party. Only wolves allowed. Nice.
Also, in terms of creativity, in the video you see many diverse cultures represented. So you see the Ayo from Lagos State, you see the Calabar Festival troupe, you see you can see Igbo. So a number of cultures are represented in this party. You should see it. I'm just looking at it.
I
So
beg,
it's-
which one is the wolf culture?
but he
That's
was
one that
off. He was
concerns me.
off in all of these things.
He was.
Where is the wolf
It's still-
culture?
He's
Yeah.
supposed to be
It's the
neutral.
wolf culture I want to see.
Well,
Will you?
But hey, he's a kid. Let's go.
Yeah,
Easy.
17 years old. Great work, Alpha P. Thank you very much. The next song is by Stormzy, and it's a video. This time around, the song is off the album that we know that he just dropped. That includes Burna Boy, Ed Sheeran, and her album also includes previously released track Vossi Pop, Crown, and Wiley Flow. Stormzy released this video of the tracks "Do Better." Listen.
Yo.
Do Better is a song that's off the album Heavy is the Head, featuring 16 tracks. Stormzy, there's a video to it, and it's a nice song, if I must add.
You see? You see what happens to Valentine?
Yeah.
You didn't even wait.
Yes.
You are supposed to ask the guest
exactly,
first.
thank you.
Ha!
And my opinion shouldn't affect your opinion.
I beg.
It's too late. I've affected already.
It has colored it. It
Yes.
has discolored it, in fact.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you think?
I think it's fantastic, actually. I think it's great. I think it's a great. It's a fact. I'm like, for a long time, I wasn't a huge fan of Stormzy. Not necessarily him per se, but I think that whole grime UK rap scene has always struck me as a scene that has, people who are supposedly serious about their craft.
Yes.
But I really didn't. I think 2001. Around the time Jay-Z released the Blueprint, he had this song, Breathe Easy, where he was naming the categories of if you're going to be the greatest rapper, this is the things you need to tick. One of the things he mentioned was flow. And I've never quite felt the British rap flow. I feel like it's too jagged. It's a bit like, in my head, it's a bit like the oral, by oral, AURAL, expression of their gang culture. So it's really just a bit too intense and too jagged, What I'm like, over the past few years, I've been seeing this guy, Skepta did that song, which kind of, what? The flow is becoming a whole lot more even. Like, these guys are taking notes from Jay-Z, like how he blew, So I'm like, so Stormzy, I think, has come to the place where his flow, his content, this is like a remarkable song.
Yes.
If you go through the lyrics, you're like, what? This guy is saying stuff.
Yes.
And in my head, listening to it, I was like, what? I would really, really love for one day our pop music to reflect something like this, where somebody actually like talks about their life, talk about your life, talk about like being better. This is a song that's really about, you are in a good place, but what, if you just did a little bit more, maybe you could be better. It's fantastic.
It is.
And I wish I would see a Wizkid song like this one day. But long thing, apparently.
Now, always, man, you nailed this analysis. And actually coming from, for me, it's also like a note to self.
Exactly.
If you watch the visuals, if you watch this video as well, it's not particularly, it doesn't look like a video for the song. It's just him showing you his life.
Yes, the process. How these things happen.
Yeah, there was a part
comes together.
Yes, exactly. There was a part where he was looking, and then something what you said about that vibe. It's let me use in quotes, gangster. They try to tell you a story of the streets and all of that. That's what. And then there was a part in the video where his phone was looking so stoned, and somebody just said, maybe chin up, and then he smiled and moves on. And then I could see some product placement as well in this. So I think it's just about his life, and then saying that look, do better. We can actually go beyond where we are right now. And then if you watch it, there's hope. There's I love this song. It's a deep song.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was listening to it, I was like, watch a song for the end of the year, and it's very timely. I like that. If you look at the history of grime music in the UK, black boys rapping, I know how they're viewed. Many of them have been labeled to be no good, knife crime, fatherless, those
crackheads.
crackheads. So the bad things. So to see someone that looks like the young boys singing about you can do better is brilliant. I think it's beyond the Nigerian context. What he represents for the UK scene is very powerful. And if you look at the history of Stormzy, where he's not been shy to talk about, to go political in terms of being challenging and being a role model for young black boys. It is very powerful. I loved it. It's not all the time you just sing about random things, sing about how you're making money, particularly in rap. To come out and give a message about do better was for me very brilliant. So I love him.
That was a fantastic one. Stormzy just made me smile through this video. And you're right, Oris. Really apt analysis, though, on the progression of music in the UK, grime music, and getting to this point of expression. and the words couldn't be better captured or encapsulated. And I thought the video was really apt. Whoever made that choice to go with that viral video, because it looked like a
low
viral video.
budget,
It was made into,
black and white kind of
yes,
vibe.
it tells the story very well. We'll take a break. The Grapevine 91 is brought to you by Verve. Stay with us.
The Smooth Breakfast Show.
I was just thinking that look at the gap between both songs. And in terms of the songwriting, the gap between Alpha P's and this.
Yeah. I think Alpha P might be listening to our show.
Of course.
Yeah, it's good.
Well,
His whole team
I
is
hope he
listening.
is.
Are you serious?
Yes,
He's what?
Universal Music Group. They're listening.
He's what?
Sorry.
Universal Music Group are listening.
No, but it's good.
But they need it now.
They do. I beg.
The
But
guy,
that's the
he
thing.
has.
I really wonder sometimes if people always say this that about the audience, and I wonder if they are not right. Maybe if people were more, I don't know.
Damuchi, are you in
were
Lagos?
decent on the level of
Hala,
songwriting.
hala.
I wonder if it's going to be if they'll be appreciated.
People-
I don't know. There's something about us that just make me feel like we just like brainless stuff. Yeah, I'm not honestly.
No, so it's not.
Majority. I don't know.
No, I agree with you always. If you
and it bothers me.
you see
Yeah.
this. Let me no disrespect. You.
Unless you are sure, maybe.
Malian, the Malian. What
Yeah.
this when they say Malians?
Yeah.
That song they call Soapy.
Yeah.
My God,
So,
I hate.
No,
But
Mali,
you go out to parties and see people,
Let me
old
consider
people.
that.
Oh my God.
let me tell you why.
Yeah,
it's-
that's
why the society sort of encourages, or rather, the artists succumb to doing lazy music. It's because they feel like, oh, so if I see, that syndrome that you see somebody doing little
Why
and
now?
succeed so much,
Exactly.
you don't feel the need
Yeah.
to go.
I said this before that
Overboard.
whiskey actually is our major problem, I swear.
Thank you.
Because he's just been like,
You
you
don't
know,
do
you can have this
nonsense.
road and
Wizkid,
not do anything else.
Bro,
And be
Whiskey is in a
incredibly
position where he could have pushed.
closing our shows.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. I feel
See
like
this December now. Can you see what's
I
happening this
honestly feel
December?
like it's all down to whiskey because that first album, for instance, because of Banky W's what's it called, influence in there, you could actually see some bits
There
of
was
like
work.
there was actually work
Yeah,
going on
yeah,
here.
he had,
Mm.
yeah.
The result of
Wizkid
that,
was a better artist
immediately
from
that
year.
happened. It's like it's just the songwriting disappeared totally.
Whiskey
pure
was at the
vibe.
point,
Talk
at the
about
verge.
his own comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whiskey was at the verge of pushing the culture. Like that's what Stormzy has done with this song. He's now pushing.
But
The
then again,
movement,
something has always
the
been
message.
I pointed that always been kind of serious actually. I think so that's the other song from the same album, this Bossy Bop. I'm like, this guy,
Yes.
man.
Yes.
Yeah, his verse.
No, the guy is
Yeah, his
I
verse on
don't
Ojo
know.
Elegba
Do
now.
you know the first
Ojo
time I
Elegba
listened to
remix.
that Vossy Pop? That was last week in the gym. I was listening to it.
But what?
Guy,
Ooh.
the
Bossy
Vossy, one
Bop.
of the
It's
songs.
also one of the major songs from the album.
Stormzy.
Every day.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Exactly. Like, that's exactly what I have to like.
I thought I was carrying.
Yes, I
I'm
hate
like,
his bro, man. So
Man,
the guy
no,
worked.
this
This
guy's-
album, he worked.
I don't.
you know,
I
you see
don't like
these
what
guys,
I
like,
hate.
wait, these are the big stars
I've never
over
been a
there.
fan.
What
No.
would it take for us to have a big star here that also wants to care about right as much as he cares about production?
Thank you.
Mm.
I mean, what would it take? What is that thing that has
And
to
he's
happen?
consistent. Like
Exactly.
consistently doing work.
I don't know. Honestly, I've always felt like Whiskey's
Coming
success
back.
has just totally ruined something about us.
Mr. Incredible.
Honestly,
So it's like-
It's love, it is life, it is harmony.
That's
Love
right.
music.
It's a Boxing Day edition of the show, The Grapevine 91, as brought to you by Verve. Thank you for joining us here on Smooth 98.1. Before the break, we review the two videos, Do Better by Stormzy, which is a really good song, a great video, expression of art. This other video that we reviewed, Paloma by Alpha P, we watched the video and listened to it, and our analyst had a very interesting opinion regarding the progression of music and quality of work that has been put out in Nigeria and beyond, but especially Nigeria. James Silas and Oris. But guys, we're talking about how it is that artists actually need to put in more work, but somehow the society or the culture has embraced lazy writing, lazy music, because they get so much fanfare. The artists don't even feel the need to push the boundaries, like extend. You should put in the work at least.
Yeah,
and
it's-
Oris, you had.
I don't know. I've always felt like I said off air, I'm probably say it on air as well, that the problem is a lot of our big artists, notably Wizkid and a little bit, honestly, Davido, but especially Wizkid, they've kind of like put up their success as giving everybody else an idea that, listen, all you really need to do is get a producer and just be a talented person. So the issue about working, if you think about the Grammys, for instance, there are the two broadcast categories is people get awards for their vocals. People get awards for production. The same thing at the Oscars as well. If you are nominated for the the original song, like a soundtrack.
Yeah.
What they normally do is two groups of people, composers, producers, and the songwriter. Even the actual vocalist, if the guy did not actually write that song,
will not get it.
He's not going to get anything.
Yes.
And so those are like the two broad categories. In Nigeria, we've catered a lot to one. So the producers. On the other hand, there's really no no mainstream songwriters that you say, you know what, time after time after time has put in the work into this. It's either, for instance, Davido has, like we've probably heard once or twice, songwriters. I don't think Wizkid has any such thing.
Can we add Olamide to that list now?
Oh no,
Olamide now.
The new Olamide.
Yes.
Is that because I think the old Olamide was fantastic.
Yes, but the new Olamide is not.
I kind of like oil and gas though. You know? No. Believe me, that song is actually quite smart.
Please tell us the smart part of the song.
You know, here the chorus. Of course, you understand Yoruba now.
Of course.
That whole thing is talking about the verb. I'm not a Yoruba person. No, not the Enugbe. La.
And
it's about the idea of oil and gas. One, as of course the industry, which is very lucrative. The idea of somebody who has oil, let's say palm oil, as somebody who has food. Do you understand the connection between those two things? Where it's like, you know what? Look, the oil that's on your hand, you cannot lick this thing. Let us lick it too. It's a metaphor for saying that, no, let us share this blessing. So,
national
it is.
Exactly, I was going to say, it's not a metaphor.
It is a metaphor.
Wait, that's
exactly what it is, actually.
It is a metaphor, but I'm saying it's not a metaphor for let us share your wealth. It's what you are taking, not quite legally. Let us share it. That's what he was saying. I don't know about the legal part. I don't know about the legal part. To be honest, I don't know about the legal part. My Yoruba brothers are explaining it to me. They didn't talk about the legal aspect of it. You can't eat alone now.
Exactly. Let us share it.
It's not about something.
No, but look, I'm not even talking about. For me, it's not even about the idea of the morality of this song. I'm talking about the brilliance of the writing. That's all I'm talking about. And I'm saying that you don't even have something of that level from our biggest stars. That's either Wizkid or Davido.
It's because
something that's smart. You don't even have it for many of them.
It's because if I do lazy music, I'll close out shows. Anyway.
Exactly, and that's the thing. That's why I said,
and the tune is danceable.
Wizkid's success has given everybody idea that, you know what, you can do the least amount of work and have this huge amount of success. And so it sets a precedence that nobody really wants to do anything as concerning songwriting.
Oris, let me quickly come in there. I think what has happened in this industry is people are now idolizing the guy, not the music anymore. So whatever you say right now really becomes word to them. Look at what Naira Marley is doing.
I'm watching some. I've never watched any of his videos, but I think I saw after Alpha and some of the videos popped up. So I'm watching and I'm just mortified. Is this the person that everyone is screaming about?
Can we? I know. I'm sorry. I just have to say this thing. Can we remove the morality away?
No, leave morality alone, please.
Okay. No, because we're talking about the video. That's what we're talking about.
Even if you wanted to put morality aside,
yes.
If you before the break, we're talking about people like Fowles. We're talking about people like MI. That there's some sort of intelligence. In the past, our parents used to say, don't go into music because it's people that have failed in life that go into that.
Yeah.
Now you're actually proving them a bit right, because at some point you hear it puts to shame sheer brilliance of certain artists who put in work into their music. Here, what you're doing with Malians, so whether morality aside or not, is that just bring girls who are shaking stuff, doing stuff, and nobody will really care. We're going to just make it. Like, people are not even interested in engaging their brains when it comes to producing music. That's a big problem. So you come out the new dancer, and even the dancer, I'm like, what are you, Teshumole? I'm like, what?
And the truth is, these guys are actually brilliant. So but I think they've come to understand that these fans are not using their brains.
That's it for me. That's really the thing. It's the chicken and egg problem. Is it the audience?
It's the audience. It's everybody.
I don't know. I wonder who exactly has brought about this thing.
Please let us know who you think is the culprit here. Is it the audience that's responsible for the lazy music or lazy writing?
Well, I think it's
the media as well.
I think it's Wizkid.
The media as well. For me,
I think it's Wizkid. I
don't think Wizkid.
Honestly, or maybe not Wizkid as a person, but Wizkid's success.
I think we should.
The media as well. Radio is playing the song. Stations are playing the songs as well.
Yeah, because they're popular. People are requesting for it. What are they going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a very, it's the whole problem. It's a huge problem.
Once put out a song about that. Crowd mentality. Am I? Says Stormzy is.
That's the point.
Hold on. Stormzy is a good grime rapper, is what Peter thinks. He hasn't disappointed in a while. A good self-appraisal and storytelling delivery. Thank you very much. He said big ups to him.
What we don't have here.
Ozzy says, compliments of the season, guys. Oh boy, Ozzy, don't be doing this morning. She sends food, and that just distracted me.
And stuffing.
Okay, I'm going back to the message, Ozzy. That was not nice. They made 2020 be our year of doing big and better things.
Yeah.
Well, got chutney to share with you all packed out. Thank you very much. Until I see it, I believe it. And we have more messages.
All right. So someone is saying it's the artist, not the audience.
Please add your names to your messages.
Because nobody will want to take the blame for the kind of. If you're not buying it, they're not going to be selling it.
That's true.
Demand is responsible for supply.
Yes.
What you demand that they supply.
Inflation is where supply is.
I mean, I think for me, the part of the problem is also about the numbers. I think everywhere else, of course, senseless stuff sells everywhere else. Let's face it, sex and senseless stuff always sells. The point is, are there a lot of people, enough people rather, to support people who actually put in the work? You understand? So, for instance, you would have, and that's why the American system is very clear. They have like MTV Awards, which is for Billboard for commercial success.
Yeah.
They have the Grammys for like actual art. They don't care about if you like sell 2 copies. If your stuff is good, they might actually get the award. But in Nigeria, though, we give the awards to the guys who are popular. What that creates is like a single line of success.
Yes.
Commercial is also the one that gets awarded. So how then am I going to say, okay, where's the quality? What am I going to get from if I'm into this really brilliant music? Who's going to give me anything? I can't remember the last time Bremo won the mainstream award here.
Yeah. Or Bez.
Exactly.
Honestly,
when was the last time? When?
Look at Bez's concert. Let me even call out some of the people that I follow on Instagram.
It's crazy.
So some people are like, they are taking that dirty December literally. There's no concert they've not gone to. Then I'm looking forward to them. So honestly, I judge you by the kind of things that you post. So you're praising all these people that don't make sense. Then someone like Bez does the concert. You don't see your red lights there, your back lights. And I'm like, this is not intelligent. Everyone has a right to their taste, but I'm just thinking, I used to respect Chumo as being quite intellectual. So these are people that are following up.
He's just following up on that.
If she were single,
don't judge.
She said you start, sweet talking her, she'll just go look at your post.
Like, nah.
I'll pass.
At this stage, you're like,
Ignore the DM. Ignore the DM.
You call yourself a Malian?
I'm telling you, I see some old people over 40 wearing Malian shirts.
I'm going to corporate events this December. CEOs are dancing.
Malian.
So please,
Malian low-key, please.
Malian.
Low-key.
Look, but when those drums comes, the drums on that side.
Don't worry, we'll get a chance to do justice to these on Tuesday. Tuesday is the last day of the year, so we're going to do a rundown of music and reviews for 2019.
I want to read this comment from Lukman. Lukman from Bagada says, music does not have to be moral or intelligent. It's just music. There is nothing like a lazy artist. It's about what the fans like. If you all want to listen to intelligent music, write in Resurrect Bob Marley.
Okay.
So
Let's give an analogy.
I beg. Sorry, I want to disagree heavily.
Imagine freshly pressed without intelligence.
No, they
Analyzing
say
news.
they like this one.
Okay.
Lukman said this is the way forward.
Apparently. Selebobo said,
Such a shame, really. Such a shame.
Performing artist, songwriter, music producer, sound engineer. Most people say he's better known as a sound engineer and a producer. Selebobo, also known as Mix Monster. He's launching a new, brand new music recording company. He's left Ubi Franklin, and I like the fact that they left on very amicable grounds. They both posted.
One person at least.
No, don't be. You're too quick. Wait for a few.
Let's wait for a few months.
Contract officially elapsed in 2019. Guys, how do you view this? Departure. Them departing on temporary terms or amicable terms.
Sometimes these headlines can be misleading. If you just look at the headline, it's like Selebobo left or leaves Ubi. What this is that the contract has come to an end, and they just didn't renew, and it was a 5-year contract. Selebobo, I think I've met him a couple of times. I've followed his music. He's a talented guy.
Yes.
Both musically,
he's recorded for the big names.
Yeah, recorded, written as well. He has written songs as well. I think he co-wrote Johnny. If he co-wrote Johnny. He produced the song as well. So he's a cool guy, and I think he can do well for himself as well. But many times, even if you're going to have to leave a label, it doesn't mean that you should go and float another label, because sometimes what I localized in this country is that a lot of artists leave the whole work to the label. So they don't have any contacts, they don't know anybody, and they say they are floating their own label. And then after a while, you really don't even hear them again. So Selebobo, I wish him all the best. But if you're going to float the label, make sure you can do the work. Make sure you have the right people to do the work. If not, you just keep doing. I mean, we keep hearing that big small stuff.
But yeah, but it's true. I mean, just thinking about that. When was it? What was Selebobo's last
Project.
big thing actually?
Really
He
didn't
had
hear.
that. Yeah, I think he had an EP like a while ago. But I don't think it really
Pop.
passed like 2 or 3 years ago. Actually. You know, so since then, so I'm not really sure. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I mean, I was so surprised that wait, Selebobo, are you even alive? I haven't even heard about him in a while. Well, I hope this works out because I think he's actually a decent producer.
Yes, he is.
He's a decent producer. I hope, and again, I hope this is what we should be looking forward to. Breakups in terms of labels and artists do not have to be messy. It can be amicable. Although I still have to reiterate, I'm waiting. It's not what happens immediately. We had cases where immediately was like, oh, we're fine, contract is ended and moving
In fact,
forward.
literally, it will be and yeah.
Yes, and then down the line, when they now have issues around separating assets, which happens with the breakup, then we have issues. So I do hope that, again, go and read your contracts, guys, or before you sign contracts, make sure you read them. I'm just passing this message. It doesn't relate to this directly
The
now.
fine print.
Yes, read it.
Talking about looking forward to things for 2020. Who here is looking forward to Wizkid's album? Next album, that is.
I'll just take one for the team, me, please. Let not be as if nobody now.
Wow.
I'll just say me.
Our previous conversation.
So eerily
Exactly,
quiet in
exactly.
here.
No. I just have to me. Okay, I agree. Just
Okay,
me.
so things he wants his fans, to look forward to the new album, the upcoming album, Wizkid, and then get married.
Yeah.
Wizkid.
Yes.
No.
Why? When did you say he was getting married?
Yes.
He says,
Yes,
but I think he was joking, or at least a bit higher.
You
at
think?
the time, actually. I
But
mean, did you see
Oris,
that he
I
was a
Oris,
number?
I judge you for that comment.
What
You
did
know
I do?
You did not say he
I
was
think he's
high for
bored.
the music, but for marriage, you say.
I know.
I
He had
think
like a series of
Baby
tweets.
mamas.
No. What is wrong?
Oh,
with you?
wow.
I thought that was
a series of tweets like within an hour, like
Yes.
which doesn't really post frequently anymore. You
Yes.
know, and he just like 5-10 tweets. You're like, okay, what's happening to this guy? And one of the things he said was like, I'm getting married next year. And the only thing he has to find out is like how all of his wives can be friends. I'm like,
they're not wives until they're wife.
but that's what he said though. That the only thing he has to figure out now is how all of his wives
So
can
he
be
wants
friends.
to
I'm
marry
like,
all
so I'm not exactly sure what that means. On the one hand, you want to get married. On the other hand, I'm hearing wives.
He probably should
Yeah,
take
I'm
lessons from Nice.
Oh, but you see,
No.
but yeah, what Nice does his own serially. It's not like at
At
once.
once, yeah.
It's
No,
different
the person should
years.
be taking a lesson
It's
from.
Fela.
Yeah, I was going to say that is for
Fela.
pouring a leaf from Fela. Fela, legend, notably got married
Nah.
to 27 women in one day.
Nah.
We didn't quite work out, so well. So maybe Wiz should borrow.
Yeah,
a leaf.
but I think Wiz is working on this on a smaller scale. So maybe 6, 5. 6. So
How many
maybe
baby
that
mamas
could
does
be-
he have? I don't even want to say how many.
How
what
many
they call
women
it?
have babies?
How many
for
women
him?
have babies for me? Yes, let's put it like that.
I don't know. But something that I think that's interesting about that whole tweet is he said he's going to, after Made in Lagos, he's going to release his
Last
last
Wizkid.
album as we
As
Yeah,
Wizkid, yes.
So I wonder what that means. Is it going to try? Because I think
It's probably going to now solidify the bond between him and his producer Starboy because they've released a song. We reviewed it 2 weeks ago.
oh yeah, but for a while he's been releasing songs as Starboy actually. But
So
that's just
I
isn't
guess-
that just him?
So I
No,
think
it's him between him and his producer. So I
Who's
think.
his producer? That's what. That's
So the thing about it is, I feel the
Legendary Beats.
yeah,
A couple of people actually.
legendary.
Yeah, exactly. So it is not one person. I've always felt like what happened was that whole Sony deal, just like Davido. I think that they kind of like took a bit of their artistic license, so to speak. So they really couldn't just release songs like this to like just every week, just do something.
Yes.
So I think to get out of that whole space, he created his avatar called Starboy and was releasing music under that name, which is at least it's not going to be legally bound because
Yeah.
it's not under Wizkid.
Yes.
So I think now though, maybe the contract comes to an end maybe next year and trying to
Yes.
figure out how to get out
he's
of that space.
rebranding.
Exactly.
What I get
Like
from
Two-Face
this
and Two Baba, for
message,
instance.
yes,
Maybe
True.
that's
is
the
that
thing.
he's rebranding himself. He's
Yeah.
no longer going to the artist formerly known as Wizkid.
As Wizkid, exactly,
Now
that's going to
like to be
exactly.
referred to as Starboy.
Wizman.
Exactly.
Wizman, not
Or something.
Starboy.
Yes,
We have
I think
comments.
so.
Steve says, "Good morning, guys. Honestly, I think that somehow all of us, the listeners, are guilty of the lack of content in our music. First, when a song is released, we say it has poor content, but before long, we see ourselves dancing to the same song.
His radio,
especially
please
if the
talk to
beat
Valentine
is
now.
lively and
It's
dancing.
Valentine's fault.
So we can't really blame the artist. Well done, guys.
Thank you.
And then we have
Is
another
it-
message.
No, but people don't understand. The point is not about these songs being the songs that you have to play. Look, you can always play those songs. We just need to create a space for these other people to thrive as well.
Yes.
They are not thriving actually. You mentioned 10 artists, all of them, not a single one of them has any songwriting skill or anything.
Yes.
That's the real problem.
So don't place a demand on them.
And
I don't
then
know about that. I don't know about
down
that. I feel like it's cultural to be. You're probably right. Everywhere else, in fact, every generation has always had people who are like the biggest pop stars in America and the UK. Always took care of the songwriting as well as the production. Nigeria, I don't understand how it's possible that almost all of our major stars, not a single one, from Beyonce to Michael Jackson to David Bowie, every single
they had their songwriting part sorted. Yeah.
Every single one of them.
But I think David is making an effort right now.
He has. But think about it now.
project,
Even some of his well-written songs, like Fire Country, I think is fantastic. Even has parts where, like, you know what, this really shouldn't be this song.
How do you feel when you sing a song like "All of Me"? You know, you get it. But let's not actually, in our generalization, ignore those musicians in Nigeria who are actually still putting the work in songwriting. Waje,
Adekunle, Timi Dakolo.
Timi Dakolo, I was going to mention him.
I have to disagree about Adekunle Gold sometimes.
Okay.
I have to. I really have to.
There's still some people. So we don't say it's just that, like you mentioned, they don't get enough. They don't get the commercial success like these other people are. So I think it's really important that we highlight that, and hopefully the tide will change in their favor.
How many of the December concerts I've had any of these guys? Maybe except the one of the Asha and Femi Kuti.
So in the naming common names, shout out to Sound Sultan, by the way.
Yes.
But Info's comment is really important. He says, I disagree with the guy that said that whiskey is the cause. Did you see his progression? These trash songs are quick to catch fire but have a short shelf life. It's similar to the saying that form is temporary but class is permanent. So an artist can decide to be lazy, but the reward is that he'll be relevant for a few years. There's so many examples. I have
to disagree with him because remember again is that these guys are incredibly prolific. So even if a Wizkid song lasts only 2 weeks, in 2 weeks there's another new Wizkid song.
No, but it's saying that today you mentioned David Bowie, today you mentioned Michael Jackson, who stopped singing. I mean, he's late now. But Mariah Carey's song "All I Want for Christmas" is still topping charts years later. Awards. How many songs of these artists you've mentioned, once they've gone, are still going to be topping charts?
I'm not happy about him saying there's no Wizkid. Wizkid is the problem.
Your opinion, and which is why I'm happy we'll have things like the Critics Awards coming next year, and I hope you cover the music industry.
No, really, certainly. It's mostly for music and film.
Those things would largely affect buying decisions by event organizers and planners and things like that, and people like that. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We've run out of time. Chef Jeff, James Silas. Merry Christmas. But James Silas, please plug out.
James Silas, find me on social media, all social media platforms actually, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Google, even my WhatsApp. Everywhere.
All right, hey. So guys, once again, good morning, Lagos. I'm on Twitter as Kachuris. Send me a gift and say hi to me on Instagram, Kachurisgram. And next year, like Val said, there's going to be the Critics' Choice Awards.
Yes.
Look out for it.
All right. And look out for our review for 2019 coming up next Tuesday on the Grapevine 981. This Boxing Day edition of the Grapevine 981, as always, is brought to you by Verve.
On the smooth.